Gray, overcast, and rainy skies at Giant Stadium may be a perfect setting for two angry teams. The 6-4 Philadelphia Eagles and the 5-5 New York Giants, who clash for the first time this season. Hello again, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton along with Randy Cross. So at the end of a week of internal finger pointing, the question is, as far as the Eagles are concerned, they have some lineup changes offensively that we'll tell you about. But what about Jeff Hostetler and his help for the Giants at quarterback?
Well, Hostetler's got the bad ribs, and Philadelphia's going to give him 8- and 9-man up looks, trying to stuff the run and get after Hostetler. That leaves a man up on the corners. That shows absolutely no respect for the wide receivers of the New York Giants. From the Philadelphia standpoint, Keith Byers will start at tight end in an effort to get that part of the passing game going for Randall Cunningham, who, if you look at week 4, was an absolute star in this league, and his job was to win football games. Right now, Randall Cunningham's job is to keep his job and to try not to mess up football games.
Okay, Randy, tell us where the checks fall in this game.
All right, I think you got to look at this one. Offense, got to go to the Philadelphia Eagles. Defense, Philadelphia Eagles. Special teams, Giants. Team speed, Philadelphia. And as far as intangibles, I give both these teams W's. They've been whining so much this week. I think it's hurt them internally. And a team that loses this game, I think, is getting ready to do the El Foldo in '92.
A lot of turmoil on the turnpike this week. 64 degrees. That's not a misprint. Balmy weather for this time of the year. We've had heavy rains already, but as the game starts, it is not raining. And we'll have a wind of 15 miles per hour. And wind always seems to be a factor here at Giant Stadium. Roger Ruzek will kick off for the Eagles. The Giants have won the toss and they'll receive. And going back deep for the New Yorkers on the left is Dave Meggett and Joey Smith lining up on the right. The Eagles have won 7 of their last 8 against the Giants. They've had the Giants numbered. Gets this game underway with a line drive kick, and Meggett will down it in the end zone for a touchback, and the Giants will start from the 20-yard line. Jeff Hostetler coming off his lowest passing output of the season against Denver, and up front for the Giants, John Elliott, William Roberts, Bart Oates at center, Eric Moore and Doug Riesenberg on the right side, and Howard Cross the tight end. Good running backs and Rodney Hampton and Jared Bunch, with Ed McCaffrey and Stephen Baker the wide receiver.
And watch early, Dick. 8, 9 guys in the old box trying to stuff this Giants running game.
Starting from the I formation. Now Hampton shifts. And Hampton going off the right side. And picks up 3 or 4 yards. Tackle made by William Thomas. Up front, the Eagles defensive line, and they're looking for more sacks from Reggie White, Andy Harmon and Mike Golick the tackles, and Clyde Simmons second in the NFC and getting to the quarterback. Seth Joyner, Byron Evans, and William Thomas are the linebackers. John Booty and Eric Allen the cornerbacks, with Wes Hopkins and Rich Miano the safety. Second down and 6 at the Giant 24. 3 wide receivers. Time the pass to Jared Bunch, and will have an incompleted pass, nearly intercepted by Wes Hopkins on the pass intended for Jared Bunch and off his fingertips.
But it's the kind of pass that Hostetler has to complete in this game. Short, efficient passing is what they need to do against Philadelphia. Green Bay beat them with it last week, and Bunch should have had this one. Watch Hopkins just get in, get one hand, but the ball hits the ground.
Giants coming into this game second in the NFL in rushing behind the 49ers. They'd like to loosen up that running game with a couple of passes. It'll be 3rd down and 6 from the 24. Hostetler's numbers, only 1 interception this year.
You've got to go after Hostetler early and get a hit on those injured ribs.
He's getting some pressure, gives ground, and the pass intended for Meggett, and that nearly could have been a dangerous situation with Izell Jenkins in the neighborhood. Good pressure by Seth Joyner, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He was getting more pressure than he really should have on a normal screen. The rush was not slowed up enough, and you can't blame Hostetler for just trying to dump that one and get rid of it, because he was going to take a shot.
4th down, and Sean Landeta, who has been kicking tremendously the last 2 games, averaging over 51 yards. And going back deep by Sikahema and Jeff Seidner. Sikahema, number 22. Good kick. But the coverage wasn't good by the Giants. And Sikahema with a return. Penalty marker down, and by Sikahema. Now another one goes flying. As Sikahema finds his way close to midfield. A return of 16 yards. Renee Thompson on the tackle, but there were 2 flags. They're going
to call a block in the back here. It was a pretty marginal call. Could have gone either way because it looked like the blocker's head was in front of the punt, the guy covering on the punt.
Dick Hantak is our referee today.
We have multiple fouls. We have an illegal black in the back on the return. We have offensive holding also by the return team. We are declining the holding foul, accepting the illegal black in the back. 10 yards, first down.
As a result of the penalty, the Eagles will lose real good field position for their first possession of the game. Randall Cunningham, who is indeed second in the NFC's passer up front. Heller, Shad, Alexander, Floyd, and Davis. They've been healthy this year. Keith Byers, as Randy says, starting at tight end today. Keith Sherman is at running back with Herschel Walker, with Fred Barnett and Calvin Williams, the usual duo at wide receiver.
Dick, don't be fooled by that quarterback rating of Randall Cunningham as being number 2 in the NFC. Got off to a great start, but since then, he's been weak at best.
At best. Let's emphasize that. First down on the 28. And the handoff to Heath Sherman, and he may have a first down. Tackle made by Steve DiAsi. You're right, lately Cunningham has been struggling in a big way.
Well, you look at these stats. The quarterback ratings it's kind of like, the playoff formula. They've got some mad scientist somewhere that figures this out, but it is something lead wide and it's uniform. And I mean, when your quarterback rating is less than 50% of where you started, the 142 is unrealistic. Randall has thrown balls into the ground. He's been benched, and really last week he did not play well against Green Bay.
First down on the 39-yard line. Cunningham swings it out of the backfield to Herschel Walker. Walker will have another Eagle first down and gets into Giant territory after a gain of 13 yards, knocked out of bounds by Perry Williams. The Giant defensive line, Eric Dorsey, Eric Howard, and Leonard Marshall. Got to get a pass rush from someone. Banks, Pepper Johnson volunteered. Steve DiAsi and Corey Miller, who will share the position with Kanavis McGee. Mark Collins and Perry Williams are the corners, and Greg Jackson and Lamar McGrates the safety. Ray Handley looking to take the early lead and a first down. Up the middle, Heath Sherman, the ball carrier, and a gain of 3 yards. Another man who took a little heat this week with Rich Kotite. Both coaches took heat from their own players.
Well, Rich Kotite's used to getting heat from a lot of sources, but he took it from his own players after the game, last Sunday, and made a real point of sort of saying, I don't have to defend myself on my calls. But he defended himself so much, it was a heck of a defense. I happen to agree with what he did. You're backed up like that. You're in a tied game situation. You take a chance and put your defense back on the field. That hasn't stopped the opposition. That's not very smart.
Seth Joyner complained that they were too conservative inside their own 20, and Walker fumbled and they lost the game. 2nd and 7 at the 45 of the Giants. Randall Cunningham is going to look to run, and he is hit by 2 Giants. And will gain only 1 yard. They were trying to get him from behind. Corey Miller and Lamar McGriggs both sandwich Randall Cunningham.
And this is a play that makes a quarterback like Randall Cunningham or Steve Young very dangerous. Just a couple of clean whiffs up front, but he's got the quickness and he's got the agility to escape and make something out of that play, because it should have been a sack.
3rd and 6 on the 44. That's Cunningham's rushing numbers this year. They have 4 wide receivers. Out of the shotgun. Cunningham's pass is intercepted by Greg Jackson. And he is downed at the 45 of the Giants. First turnover of the game.
Watch Pepper Johnson blitzing over the right guard. Byers gets in there. Nice try, Keith. Nice interception. The Giants